do in today's episode, right, is basically Soumya and I wanted to discuss the number of bullshit things we used to do as kids and call them games when we were young.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I think the dumbest game I played ever,
Mm-hmm.
dumbest game. Actually, it's a tie between two of them. One is
Oh,
Jolly.
oh, Soumya, how dare you? Soumya, how dare you call Jolly dumb? How dare you? You know, I was going to do this to you one day at work. I discussed this with my brother, and I think we were really drunk, so I forgot. I just remembered. So it was a Friday night or something, and my brother and I were drinking, and we just made a jolly. And I'm like, "Fuck, मैं Monday को सौम्या को जाकर दिखाने वाला है," and I forgot about it. But
So yes,
in
Jolly's back. But yeah, it was quite lame for me particularly because
why?
you just decide कि मैं इस like for me it was in school. So you just decide कि मैं इस random बंदे के साथ Jolly खेलेगी. And
It's the
then
best, dude.
every day you have to have that little dot on your hand. And if you don't have it, then there'll be consequences.
What was your punishment? What was your punishment?
So,
Your group ka?
There was no like anything that the other person would ask you to do.
Hey, that is too much. मैं ऐसा Rolls Royce बोलेगा तो आग लगेगा ना.
अरे ओ एक first standard का बच्चा थोड़ी Rolls Royce लेके आने वाला है. The other person won't have think about it.
So that's what I'm saying. There has to be like legal tender. There should be laws passed.
So basically it used to be something like मुझे canteen से ये चाहिए. You know, people used to ask for that. That kind of. But it mostly used to be monetary, and I used to be very upset about it because still, I had this habit of eating one thing from the canteen, and I used to save all my money for that. और फिर एक दिन वो जॉली नहीं रहा तो गया वो मतलब.
गया. There's a dent in your savings.
Forever. And the second game was Julian.
What?
Do you know? You must have heard about this game, but with another name. It's called Julian.
Yerda में उसको Julian नहीं बोलते थे हम तो. We used to call a game duck.
100% you used to do this though. So if anyone gets a haircut, you're supposed to beat them.
अरे उसको हम क्या बोलते थे पता है? उसको हम क्या बोलते थे? Shit, dude, there's a term for it. Oh my god, how can I blank out on this? I'll ask my brother and I'll put it down. Actually, so how so उसको टपली तो like this is a टपली.
You used to give a tapli for Julian, but in our sophisticated Julian game, while you are giving the tapli, you're supposed to yell Julian. I don't know why. I don't know how.
You were in too fufu area, dude. Yeroda में ऐसे Julian क्या होता
है? मेरा एरिया के नहीं था. ये सब मेरे स्कूल में होता था.
But your school was fufu, so yeah, makes sense.
And yeah, by the time I came to college, that time I realized that everyone used to play a version of this Julian game. Like, Matlab, everybody used to like had some version of it, but this when someone gets a haircut, you have to give tapli thing was common.
Standard, yeah.
So when I was in second or third year, I used to sit next to this guy called Kumil. And he basically, we used to keep fighting, and it was not like, it was just regular shit. Like we used to still sit next to each other only, but we used to just be at loggerheads constantly. And there was this other guy called Param in my class. Now Param, he was properly like a Kermit in a hoodie type meme. Like that is Param. So one day I came to class. Yeah, 100%. So one day I came to class, and then Param spent like one whole class in the morning telling me about how Kumail got a haircut and I should give him like a tapli. Like it should be me because who better than you?
Makes sense.
He was like properly like, pushing me to do it. And I was like, इतना भी मेहनत करने की जरूरत नहीं थी वैसे उसको, because if he had just told me कि उसको कर दे,
जाके टपली दे दे बस. There was no reason required.
And I think I walked up to him in serving and leveling class, up to Kumail, and then he said something. This something kind of pissed me off in that moment, I'm sure. But Kumail said something, and I don't know what Devta ka power came inside me. I dragged my hand behind like that. I gave him such a hard tapli. We were in the basement class, and it echoed everywhere.
Wow,
that
nice.
tapli.
That is the mark.
What the fuck? Param, he was laughing so much. He was crying. It was hilarious. And I was like, I had to tell Kumil ki, bhai, I didn't mean to hit you that hard. I don't know what happened.
But that is the true mark of a good tapli. The echo after it. It's just that fat ha ha ha. What's up? Dude, but I'll tell you something. So yeah, we at Yeroda used to do something which is way worse. Okay. So for देखो hitting तो is fine. Hitting तो सब लोग मारते थे. One guy used to hold this person's head. Okay. And the other person used to rub his thumb like that on the freshly cut hair like that, and used to fucking burn, like burn. It used to be that bad, and that person used to be red, like that scalp used to be fucking glowing. ऐसा इतना करते थे हम लोग.
Wow, dude, how normalized is violence in our country?
Very, 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 dude.
I mean,
तो वो
even if you go home crying about this, that I got a very bad tapli today, your parents will laugh at you.
of course.
Like,
Okay, you know what? Let's now go to the section of violence since we're here for games. Okay, this is my favorite section. Okay, let's just dive into it. This is how violent we used to be as kids. Have you played this game called Appa Rappi?
no,
Do you know what Appa Rappi is?
no, but I feel like I have a strange feeling I know it is. Okay, tell me what it is.
Have you heard of the sophisticated game of dodgeball?
Of course, yes.
Yes. Appa Rappi is the massively unsophisticated version of dodgeball. Okay.
Appa Rappi, you said.
Appa Rappi. Appa Rappi, very simple game. ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड तो दिमाग तो था ही नहीं, ज्यादा करेंगे नहीं. ठीक है, एक बॉल रहता था. ठीक है, और किसी का अगर बैट ना हो तो क्या खेले. तो व्हाट डू यूज्ड टू डू, जो भी जगह है, वी यूज्ड टू डिफाइन बाउंड्रीज, एंड देयर इज ओनली वन थिंग, बॉल लेने का और जो सामने दिखा उसको मारने का बॉल के साथ. जस्ट थ्रो द बॉल. ओके, सो if the ball hits you and it falls next to you, you get to pick it up and throw it and hit it to someone else. That's it.
And if it doesn't hit you, that person has to only go run and get the ball.
No. So basically, there are like 15 people. The ball is going to go land somewhere. तेरे बाजू
So
में,
anyone can get to pick the ball if it's next
तेरे
to them.
बाजू में
You
गिरा
just have to avoid.
तो नसीब, तो उठा के फेंकने का जोर से.
Oh my god, this is
That's
just
it.
chaos. There is literally no rule.
45 minutes we used to play this game. People used to go, like, it used to be a battle. It's a battlefield, dude. Like, I can't describe it as anything else.
Absolutely, dude. Fuck. If we had a ball, we used to play lagori. But then, like, when I used to, like, when I got a little older, I was trying to explain lagori to my white friend. And she was like, भाई तुम लोग के पास मतलब ऐसे ही randomly ऐसे broken tiles के साथ खेलने देते थे.
फिर क्या? Of course, that used to be so much fun.
But this was a valid question.
Of course, but we don't think about it.
And then, we don't think about it. And even if parents are passing by, they'll be like, "Oh, lagori खेलो, अच्छा, good."
अरे, I know parents have joined. Parents have joined us playing lagori.
Yeah, because they've also grown up like this, na. But then anyway, so lagori ka, I mean, I'm sure many people know the rules already. But lagori ka thing is that it's called 7 tiles, right?
Yeah,
so
or it's called pittu or something, some other names. Lingocha. Lingocha is what Yeroda people used to call it.
So you have to make a stack of like tiles. Usually it was more than 7 because tiles are really thin. Right?
Yeah.
So whatever, it should be like biggest to smallest so that it stands on top of the other. And then you have to define a length like a cricket pitch. Boundary. And then you have to throw the ball and you have to try and topple that tower. But once it topples, now that the teams are decided, once it topples, the people who threw that ball and toppled it have to try and build it up again while avoiding the ball that are being thrown by the other people. And dude, that was also so violent because it was always no hold bar. Everybody used to throw it as fucking hard as they can.
So just to simplify what the game is, right? So there are 2 teams. Okay. It's like batting and bowling type. Okay, वैसा सोच लो.
Yeah,
ठीक
there
है,
was a
so
wicket keeper and everything. Yeah.
yeah, so दो टीम है. Okay, so basically वो जो 7 टाइल का टावर है, someone has to throw the ball, break it. Once it's broken, the ball goes somewhere. So now the two
And
teams.
one person kicks the tiles so that it goes far away and the other team can't put it
Yeah,
together again.
वो तो चलो strategies है. वो तो all gameplay and these are all
No,
mind
but it
games
has
and all.
become a normal thing. There
No,
used to
we used to
always be
call.
someone standing next to it.
Yeah, of course. वो तो cheating करना है भाई. Cheating
So,
तो रग
no,
रग में
Kare,
बताया हमने.
but it felt like at that point that person has to stand there.
Yeah.
You
अरे
know what I mean?
because if it is allowed, then why won't you? It's stupid not to. ठीक है. So अभी जो bowling कर रही है टीम, जिन्होंने मारा है, जिन्होंने टावर तोड़ा है, their aim is to put the tower in the same order again.
Yeah.
Okay, and the opposing team's goal is to take that ball and hit up the player who is a part of the team that is putting the tower together. और तुमको लगा तो तुम out.
Then your team
Yeah,
keeps
that was
reducing in size, so there are lesser
yeah.
people to build the tower.
Correct. And the wicket keeper ka kaam was, okay, so if the ball hits the tower and if someone directly catches it, the whole team is out. Game over.
We used to not play with this rule.
We used to play with that rule. Oh my god, dude. And you know what? Okay, so it sounds like a very rudimentary this thing, but there was a skill, okay? There was a skill to hit the tower in such a way that the least number of tiles fall.
Yeah, you had to hit the top of it.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
And
you had to
I have done
like
it
that.
once in my life. Once in my life, I have hit it and just the top tile fell. बॉल गया, मैं ही भाग के उसको ऊपर लगाया और हम लोग वो राउंड जीत गए. It's surreal, dude. One more game that I used to love in the violent section of things was this thing called Lal Batti. That's it. It is beautiful. It is core violence. It is just unnecessary.
It is just violence. It has no rules,
Dude.
actually. It has nothing.
But basically, in this Apparapi, it was Lal Batti was a thing we used to do in winters, which is the worst time to do it. And why winters? Because Lal Batti requires only one ingredient. One. जैसे वो Apparapi में एक बॉल लगता है, इसमें लगता है एक स्वेटर. बस और कुछ नहीं. Lal Batti is basically you huddle around a guy. Okay, someone sneaks behind him, like he comes ऐसे पीछे से, puts a sweater on and puts his head down like that, and then ऊपर से सब लोग धड़ करके उसको मारते हैं, बस निकल के भाग जाते हैं. That's it. That is Lal Batti.
Oh my god, I feel like this Lal Batti. Obviously, I've never participated in Lal Batti, but I've been around enough Lal Battis.
Yeah.
Dude, we used to play ridiculous games also. Like, I don't even know how. I don't understand how these games used to get named. They were some random shit only. Yeah. So you must have played Dabba Spice, right?
Of course. I love that game. Love it.
Why on earth was it called Dabba Spice?
Dude, you know what? I have a theory behind it that it started as something else. Like, okay, you know
Chinese
what?
whisper hote Dabba Spice.
What could it be? Okay, so Dabba Spice, if people don't know what we're talking about, because again, it's a very regional thing, is that, so basically, एक bottle लेने का, खाली bottle, Coke का, Thumbs Up का, whatever, not sponsored by the way.
Yeah, we hope.
I don't mind putting one chotu sa logo over there. I'm okay with it. So basically, khali bottle लेने का, fill it half with sand. Okay. So someone is a denner, and baki sab.
Denner, dude, denner. I've not heard this word in so many years.
अरे ये shit, अभी मैं denner कैसे explain करूँ यार? मैं denner कैसे explain करूँ? तुमको नहीं पता है तो. You know what?
You are the person who's supposed to seek.
Yeah, if you don't, or whatever, if you know who a denner is, explain it in your words down in the comments. That'll be great.
Yeah, like just explain what a denner is. We'll be very grateful.
Okay. And then bottle लेके फेंकने का, the denner has to run, get it, and एक circle में he has to keep the bottle. Now, when he sees someone, he has to say, okay, now if I see Soumya hiding,
everyone else has to hide.
Hide. So okay, so if I see Soumya hiding, I can say Dabba I spy Soumya. She's standing there, so she's out. Okay. Now, if I have to get the dinner out, basically I have to run to the and run
Circle where
and
the bottle is.
run to the circle with the bottle is and kick the bottle away. Once the bottle is kicked away, then uska den वापस repeat होता है. Basically, that's the this thing. That's the whole how the game works. So why I think it's called or it started with I Spy is because
Because
if
it's like you're finding people.
yeah, if I
Huh.
see you hiding there, I said I spy Soumya out. And by dabba because that bottle resembles a dabba. Dabba I
That
spy.
does not make any sense.
Soumya,
Okay,
please.
like
Okay. What,
why
what
the
do you?
hell did we call that bottle dabba?
Dabba था भाई. It resembled.
My theory is
Hmm.
that the game was actually called Dhappa I Spice, but over time it became Dabba I Spice. Particularly
What is
because
I spice then?
I spy only, sorry, not it was
अच्छा.
called Dhappa I Spy is what I
Oh,
feel.
okay.
Because हमारा hide and seek में
Hide
यही
and seek
होता
का
था
धप्पा.
कि you have to give the person dhappa, and basically what you're doing with that bottle is that only you're giving dhappa.
Please comment down below if you are team Dabba I Spice or if you are team Dhappa I Spice and decide if
I spy, sorry, not I spice.
नहीं I Spice ही है भाई वो. ठीक है हम फिरंग नहीं है हम इंडियन ही है ठीक है. So let us know in the comments if you think Soumya is right or I am right.
Yeah.
Oh man, but Dabba I
Also,
Spice also do. Like what did you need to play that game?
Nothing. You could find that bottle anywhere. You could
Yeah,
find it in someone's trash can. It's always
and
trash,
then
dude. It's always
just
trash.
just fill it with sand and you're done. Best, dude. Best ekdam please. Sorry, you were saying?
Then we used to play other weird games like Red Letter. Used to play.
Hey, Red
Right?
Letter कैसे खेलते थे? मैं भूल गया.
So you have to find a set of stairs. ठीक है? The deno has to stand down, and everybody else has to stand up. ठीक है?
Okay.
And then the deno says a random letter of the alphabet. ठीक है? And then you have to come down the stairs depending on how many of those you have in your name.
Oh.
So like say for me it would be like if someone said A, then I'll come down one step. But किसी का name Anuradha या ऐसे कुछ था, that she has to come down 3 steps.
I'll come 2 steps.
Yeah, exactly. So then whoever reaches down first, and in this game now always the losers were the people who had long ass names because they had all the letters. So whoever reaches down first, then like they stand next to the dinner. Again, I don't know what our obsession with fucking violence was, okay? You're supposed to hit the dinner and run back up the stairs.
And what if the dinner catches you? Then you're
The
out.
dinner has to catch you and keep you down.
Got it. Nice. Good stuff.
But
dude, I think
even gold spot kind of worked the same way, but it was that you had to stamp on someone's foot.
भाई इतना सब ये सब नहीं खेला यार मैंने. क्या है
gold spot खेला है?
नहीं
gold spot again, it's like you basically you know how you do that majority wins shit to decide who the winner.
Please tell me you guys know what majority wins is. Otherwise please get a life, like genuinely. Abhi मैं majority
actually
wins
go back in time and get a life. That's what it is.
I know, like I can't sit and explain what bloody majority wins is now. But anyway, gold spot.
So like that you have to do like all put your hands in it, and then you have to say gold spot, and like while you're saying gold spot, you have to run as far as you can from each other. Okay. Then pre-decided, we usually decide ki 5 steps are allowed in this game.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we decide who's going to start, and then we take turns in taking 5 huge leaping steps towards somebody.
Okay.
Okay. And you can only take 5 steps in one.
I think I have played this. I think I have played this. So like basically, you have to get like you have to be the person.
Stamp on that other person's foot, and then they get out.
Counting the number of footsteps. Yeah. I played this. It's not
And
called
then
as
you get
gold
to
spot
do
though.
this weird thing also. So like if you are jumping and you're really close to somebody and that person's turn it is, you can make up steps.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Dude, for
Then it was like you have to stamp on someone's foot. Like I don't think any of our moves involved anything that did not hurt.
No, of course. I feel next, wait, in the Denner series, right? In the Denner series of games, there was also this ones to very minimal resource game called Wall to Wall. या तो कुछ भी चलेगा, pole to pole, car to car, tree to tree.
Recently, I taught a little girl how to play wall to wall, and it was just so validating.
मेरे सोसाइटी में wall to wall चैंपियनशिप होता है, ठीक है? ये मतलब I'm not kidding. It's so competitive. It's nuts.
The larger your parking, the more columns you have. So the more wall to wall you can play. And this thing also. In wall to wall, there are so many things, direct and indirect. So you get to play one direct, one indirect. So direct is you have to go directly from this wall to the other wall while the Denner tries to catch you. And if you're touching the wall in question, then you can't be caught. Then indirect is you can touch any wall on the way and you can't be caught when you're touching the wall. Correct? And then there were chains where you can help people in need by forming.
Lovely times, dude. Lovely times. But I don't think we have ever played chains. I think with chains we played the other game. कि एक Denner जाता है, basically in a field. He goes and he catches. So now then the second person also become the Denner became
two people. You have to hold
people.
hands and run and it gets worse.
And then the chain increases and then you have to avoid it. Oof.
And then the chain increases, you try to surround the people who are
damn fun, dude. Damn fun.
Dude, seriously. You know, we visited, like, as a college, I was in architecture college, so we visited Sabarmati Sabarmati riverfront. And we played chain cook over there, and it was just so much fun.
It's so much fun, dude. My so much fun. Yeah. Like मजा था. Like तू मेरे को कोई अभी भी बोलेगा ना, like I'd gone for my cousin's housewarming, right? And basically the age group was my nephew who's 2 or 3 maybe, my niece who's in the 7th standard, then directly me who's 26, and then the next direct is like 40. Okay, so basically by the end of the puja na, the 3 of us were damn fried. Next month. So that my little nephew comes and he's like, Anurag Mama, hide and seek khele? मैं बोला, yes, I am in. Let's go. I said, मैं जितना den चाहिए देगा. Let's play hide and seek. To a point where it was like a, what do you say? It was a game come a mentorship, because because whenever they came to hide, right, with me, right, so there's 3 people. So I was giving them tips ki dekh aisa, hide, use your environment properly and all of that. And you're very tiny, you can fill into this little gap and sit and all that,
Make full use of your size and everything.
Of course, dude, because when I was a kid, right, and we used to stay in Yerada, my brother and I, we used to play hide and seek in the house. Okay, because bore hota tha, abhi kuch nahi karne ko. I remember once we had this, we had like a chest of drawers. Okay, and it was like chest of drawers plus like 2 cabinets. It was a wide thing, and we tried to fit it into a wall, and udhar baitha nahi wo. So basically there was a gap behind it. Okay, so it went inside till a point, and then there's a gap behind it. And we were playing hide and seek once, and I actually climbed and I hid in that gap. And then the whole house was finding me. And I'm like, मैं तो बाहर नहीं आ रहा. मैं नहीं आ रहा बाहर. No chance. Then that fun. So all my training was imparted to my nieces and nephews of how to give your parents a heart attack that your son or child has been kidnapped. It
Very
is
nice,
damn
Rama.
fun,
We
dude.
are giving everybody like very good input in their lives, which is important.
Someone has to maintain legacy, no? Who will do
Correct, correct.
it?
Similarly, in this dinner this thing now, we used to play
Series,
shake
huh?
and shampoo.
Shake and shampoo?
Yeah. So I'm sure you also played this in some way or the other. But
Again, naam पूछते रहे, हाँ.
shake and shampoo was more fun because you had to do all sorts of things in it.
Okay.
So there's one dinner. Pakda pakdi khelte the. The dinner has to run after everyone. But if he catches you, then you have to shake like this.
What?
And then someone else can come and say shampoo and touch you, and then you are free.
We used to call it something else. Yeah. We used to call it something else.
And basically, this was the only allure of shake and shampoo, that we had to do ridiculous shit like that.
Yeah.
And if you get out 3 times, then it's your turn, because like you're an idiot. So, and of course, I think the highlight of anyone's childhood would be Chore Police. I don't know why everyone was obsessed with this thing in life. But Chore Police was just everyone's life at some point.
Dude,
like there was a demarcated jail. There was one person from the police wala team who had to stand there constantly so that they can protect the people who are caught and brought to jail
and not escape jail.
And then there used to be so much drama. Like if you catch the chore is not like the chore. There's no obligation for the chore to just walk nicely with you.
चोर escape करेगा. अरे फिर क्या मजाक? ऐसा कौन जाएगा? हम तो गैंगस्टर है. हम तो भागेंगे करके भागने. Dude, but
too much fun.
To your Chore Police, I want to raise an indoor game which I feel was much more fun, and it's called Raja Rani Chore Police.
अरे
Dude, मेरे को राजा रानी चोर पुलिस कोई अब भी बोलेगा ना, ऐसा 12 बज रहे, सैटरडे नाइट है, दारू छोड़ के मैं बैठ के राजा रानी चोर पुलिस खेलेगा उन लोगों के साथ.
It was like our killer, our werewolf.
Yeah, it is so stupid. Okay, like so basically,
so dumb.
Basically game was Raja Rani Chor Police. Okay, Raja 250 points because patriarchy. Then रानी को 200 पॉइंट, चोर को पुलिस को 100 पॉइंट और चोर को 0. ओके, सो देयर आर 4 पीपल. चिट्स बनाने का ऐसा, हाँ, चिट्स बनाने का, फेंकने का. Everyone gets a chit, and then the police will reveal that he's the police. And the basic aim of the game is police has to guess who the chore is, right? So if the police guesses the chore right, police gets 100 points. And if the chore escapes, if the police gets wrong, then the chore gets 100 points and the police gets 0 points. Now the best thing about this was the, again, innovation. अभी ये है 4-person game, बट हमें 7-8 कजन. हम क्या करते थे पता है क्या? राजा का बेटा, रानी की बेटी. Can we hold? Can we grasp?
Random, like it's something like हमारा शिवाजी का किला रहता है ना, random person is अफजल खान. सबके नाम डाल दो भाई, किसको कोई फर्क पड़ता है? The main people are राजा रानी चोर पुलिस only.
But can we take a pause for 1 second? And why is it always राजा का बेटा and रानी की बेटी?
I know, like clearly we were really stupid. Like
yeah, we were dumb as fuck, dude. What is that? But it was so normal. Lingo, मैंने बोला राजा का बेटा रानी की बेटी. You didn't even blink once. You didn't even stop to think about it. You said, हाँ, of course.
And
रानी की बेटी. Also, one more dumb game that we used to play during birthday parties or whatever, Ganpati Visarjan, when the Ganesh Chaturthi time, that Ganpati Visarjan game नहीं होता, नाचते ना. But for Ganesh Chaturthi, one of these games we used to have was that newspaper dancing.
Oh my god!
Do you remember that?
That was also made by Bodadan. But iska actually there is an adult game that ended up becoming like a
I can imagine. Because it is a very
is that you have to dance with a partner.
Yeah,
and
it's a couple-centric game.
And then you have to keep, like, obviously वो चिपक के dance करना पड़ता है in the end.
So for people who don't know what we're talking about, It's
There
basically
is a newspaper,
hmm,
and then you have to dance on it.
yeah,
And
because
then
that's all news
when
is
the
worthy
news,
for in this country to dance on.
and everyone has a rugby, so it's
Yeah.
just what it is.
Hmm.
And then the music will stop, and then whoever is not standing on the paper will be out.
Hmm.
Then the paper will get folded once. Then again,
Hmm.
the same thing will happen. And then again, the music will stop. And then whoever's outside. That's so basically, if you're fat or your feet are big and
You're
whatever, you are
fucked.
fucked.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then it'll keep getting folded. But then, like, I don't know why this didn't occur to me, because at the time when I was playing this dumbass game, I knew this fact that a paper can get folded only 7 times.
हाँ बस 7 राउंड ही खेलते थे लोग.
हाँ, पर like there is nothing beyond that ना. So like
Hmm.
हमारा जो quarter of newspaper था ना, वो ही देते थे to start
Yeah,
with.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
वो एक बार tear करके
Hmm.
दूसरे बार tear करके वो देते थे to
Done.
start
Yeah.
with.
Hmm.
So if you manage to master the 7th one, like उतने से
हाँ
if you
बस
manage to like
black belt.
then then you can technically just you just I guess rigged the game at this
Yeah, yeah.
point. You're just like,
Black
हाँ,
belt.
this person
Honorary
always
mention. Newspaper dancing hall of fame. कुछ
And none of these games used to feel weird to us. Like
no.
newspaper dancing, someone random person's parent is watching, and like
They used to force. They used to force a guy and a girl to dance.
ये
And
मेरे साथ कभी हुआ नहीं है. मैं ऐसे
नहीं.
पुण्य वाले इसमें गई है always,
Oof.
where the boys will sit in one corner and the girls will sit in one corner.
Yeah. So basically, right, when you say birthday games, I think that there's a whole gambit of things. Like till now we've spoken about all the games that are outdoor. Dinner hai, bhago, pakdo, वगैरह. I think there's a whole gamut of very stupid indoor games as well. Stupid but stupid fun, like Raja Rani Chore Police, Four Corners. All of this is inside. One of the things that I remember playing, which in my head is dumb, but I saw this very similar concept in an Instagram reel. Okay, so the Instagram reel is reach out to the book that is closest to you, open a
Oh,
page,
nice. Open
read
page
a
13 and the first
first
line
line
describes your love
is
life.
हाँ.
Yeah.
तो हम लोग जो खेलते थे, it was called book cricket. Okay, so basically book cricket is the same logic. Instagram reel only. सबसे बाजू में जो बुक है वो निकालने का, एक बॉलर एक बैट्समैन, बॉलर बैठ के चिल कर रहा है, बॉलर को कुछ काम नहीं, उसको सिर्फ स्कोर लिखना है, तो उसमें चीटिंग कर सकता है. ठीक है. बैट्समैन क्या करता है, बुक लेता है and shuffles the pages and opens. So basically if he opens page say 66, so 6, because units का digit is 6, तो वो anything above 6 was out. So 7 8 9 7 8 9 out, 0 तो of course out, 1 to 6 are runs. और हम घंटों खेलते थे भाई, घंटों.
It's something like that. You can play that, even that pen game, pen fight for hours.
Oof.
It's like that. Like
Pen
you
fight,
can't ever stop
dude.
playing
Okay,
that game.
I'm going to give out a business opportunity here. If you're an Android developer, okay, I know there are pen fight games available online on Play Store already, but develop a decent one, a pen fight.
Yeah, I
and
think we can do it. See, the paper toss one is so perfect. Pen
yeah,
fight, so very same. We can
but
use that similar thing.
pen fight है and अच्छा वाला नहीं है, लेकिन like you know, be innovative. Yeah, like you know, like if you win something, you can add stuff to your pen. Like we should do that.
Or you can get a fancy pen
Fancy
which
pen,
has a rubber hole.
हाँ तो freemium में हो जाएगा तुम्हारा. You can buy the fancy pen and shit. You can buy like the Parker pen, and you know you can buy pens with a अरे कुछ भी. I'm saying that's
First,
like,
you can buy a Lammy.
yeah, there's a full business opportunity there. And pen fight was also so beautiful, dude. Like pen fight में अभी भी खेलेगा, 100% खेल सकता है, मैं कोई problem नहीं मेरे को. And then one indoor game that I have a very funny story of. Okay, very funny story. Okay, but that my brother and I used to play It's called hot and cold. So hot and cold mein basically you decide on one object, okay, and then you hide it in a room, and again the dinner will come, search for the object, and
And then you have to say hot or cold.
so basically if you're near the object it's hot or whatever, and if you're away from the object you're cold, and then it goes warm and warmer and blah blah blah. Okay, now there is a my brother, he's my elder brother, right? So there's a 4-year gap between us. So we were playing hot and cold one day, and he just killed me. Like wherever I was hiding it, he used to find it. And एक भी round नहीं जीता मैं, एक भी round नहीं जीता, ठीक है? मैं आता hard broken. I'm like, Aniket, you're making this too difficult. I don't like this at all. This is not done. ये वो, you have to make it simpler. I don't care. Next round you have to make it simpler, or I'm not playing. He said okay. Okay. So next round he takes like 10-15 seconds. He said, "Ha, aja, I am ready." Okay, and I go in and I'm searching and I'm searching and I'm searching, and this fucker is just laughing and laughing and laughing, and I'm on the verge of crying because I just gave a monologue about how difficult he's made it and all that, and he's on the verge of he was laughing and laughing, and I said, "What happened to you? Why are you laughing so much? You know where he kept the object?" As soon as I open the door, on the ground.
Dude, to be fair, that was not easy. He should have not made it this difficult. Mm-mm.
And in
But I think
retrospect,
younger siblings are just a trip, dude. When we were little and we used to play hide and seek. Now my brother, every time he used to hide only his head, and he used to not hide the rest of his body. And
wow,
this went on for a long time.
wow,
Because we used to also encourage it. Now we used to walk into a room and we could clearly see him, and we used to be like, "Where is he?"
dude, in my head it's so funny because I met Soumya's brother when I met him when he's 6'2". Okay, so in my
He's
head,
a huge boy.
there's a huge boy who's just hiding his head. Damn funny, dude. Every summer vacation, there's to be there is to be a flow of how things used to go. You either play hide and seek, you play Dabba Express, whatever. But when the lights go, and they usually do in India, everyone gathers around and we light candles. Everyone sits down, all kids sits down, and everyone starts बैठे बैठे क्या करे, करना है कुछ काम,
करना है कुछ काम.
शुरू करे अंताक्षरी लेके प्रभु का नाम. Oh man.
Oh my God.
And
Good times.
dude, this used to be standard. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what Baithe Baithe Kya Kare is, it comes from there. It genuinely, this is how we used to start Antakshari. And जिस पे म आता था, they have to sing a song with m. Oh man, good times. And Antakshari was usually you know, like a game where you couldn't do anything else, like light gayi. So the
or you're in the car, like it's somewhere you can't escape. कुछ करना पड़ता है. How people play Atlas and stuff. Yeah,
correct. By the way, open challenge to anyone who's listening in. If you guys want to challenge Soumya and I to an Antakshari battle, so
we will have a special episode for this challenge.
100%. So Soumya and I will be one team, so you can get how many ever people you want. अच्छा मतलब ऐसा how many ever मतलब पूरा मोहल्ला मत लेके आओ, तुम्हारा पूरा बिल्डिंग मत लेके आओ. Say 3 people max. Okay, you get 3 people, so it will be 3v2 or 2v2, or if you're too cocky and confident you come alone. But we will have a proper dedicated Baithe Baithe Kya Kare episode on only an Antakshari battle.
Absolutely. And it'll be like a sports event. We will do the graphics and all in the same
done मैं पूरा जान डालूंगा एडिट में, मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा. सच्ची डालूंगा. We will have like proper rules. I will call in someone who's a judge also. It will be perfect. Okay,
done. Yes.
Okay, so let us know in the comments if you want to see something like that, and if you want to be a part of it. In the meantime, yes, this was a fucking amazing trip, all nostalgia. I really loved it. If you guys like this, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, follow us on all social media. We're on all social media, मतलब दो ही जगह है, Instagram और Facebook पे, but दोनों जगह please follow करो. Yes. दोनों जगह प्लीज फॉलो करो, यहाँ पे सब्सक्राइब करो, लाइक ठोको, फॉलो अस ऑन स्पॉटिफाई, just play
Share
for
it with
10
people
seconds.
who you think will like it.
Yes, please do that. And yes, we will see you next week with another episode.